Hello everybody, and here we are at the long, ignore that, at the long-awaited King City Boys, Monterey County running retrospective video. Okay, this one took a lot of time because I had to really formulate my thoughts on how to go about this because, I'll say this, my running experience would not have been the same in Monterey County if it weren't for these four guys, and I think they will say the same, so there's a lot of depth that goes into the King City Boys of running in high school and then running together in Hartnell. So this one, I think this is going to be a fun video. It's going to be informative, but whatever it is to the King City guys, I hope you enjoy this because this episode's mainly for you. So with that, let's get right into it. Alright, so before we get into anything, we should probably say who the King City Boys are for those who don't know, okay? There are 5 of us. Obviously, there's me, okay? So, let's just name off one by one. The first one you have is Daniel Correa, who was class of 2019 from King City High School. Then from the class of 2020, you had Ricardo Diaz III, who we all just called Ricky, and then Esteban Denise, who we all called Batman. And then, of the class of 2021, you had Mario Avila and myself. So we were the 5 King City Boys. And in high school, we accomplished a lot. And hold on, we accomplished so much, I need to have a list of it, okay? But, oh my gosh, in high school, this will matter more later. There's so much we... Wait, first let me just talk about what we did as a team together, okay? So in high school, okay, here's what we all did. In 2018, in MTAL track and field, we won the final MTAL track and field meet, okay? In 2018, we won the PCAL League and CCS Championship for cross country. And then 2019 track and field, we won the PCAL Track and Field League Finals. And then 2019 cross country, we managed to go back to back with winning CCS and PCAL League and CCS Division 4. And for those who don't know CCS, because you compete in a different section in California, there are 10 sections. CCS is a Central Coast section. Okay. So, anyways, and that was what we did as a team together. 2020, track and field got canceled due to COVID, and then 2020 cross country got taken out due to COVID, and then 2021 track and field, which was Mario and I's senior year, we only got half a season, so we didn't even have league finals. We didn't even have league finals, so we weren't even able to compete that, so it got cut short there. Alright, but in high school, that's what we all did, and we each have our individual accomplishments. Like an easy one I can name is Mario Avila was double all league and double all CCS. Daniel Correa, he was all league. Ricky was one-time all CCS and double all league. Esteban Denise, he would have been double all CCS had it not been for his ankle, but he was one-time CCS, all CCS, 2-time all league, and he was actually in 2020 the athlete of the year. And I didn't get any of those all league or all CCS styles. Unfortunately, the one year I could have gotten in 2020 got canceled. But my biggest claim to fame was I was the academic of them all, and I got the 2021 Scholar Athlete of the Year. And so that's my big individual award of all those guys. And then, so yeah, and in high school, man, we had a lot of fun. This will matter more when I name it in the next part of the video of talking about how we ran Hartnell. But at King City, we got to run all the classic cross-country courses of Monterey County and even of just the world in California. So, yeah, Toro Park. Anyone in Monterey County knows Toro Park. Crystal Springs, very long time standing course. The Stanford course, actually, the Stanford golf course, that one actually has a following, it turns out, and hopefully I can run that as an 8K one day. We'll find out. Woodward Park, everybody knows Woodward Park, guys. It's literally the bread and butter of California state cross country championships. It's also where the A6 Clovis Invitational is held, and state. So besides state, so we gotta run that two times a state. Jackie Henderson. That's Monterey County specific. Mount Sac. I guarantee, if even if you haven't run there, you know what Mount Sac is if you are a cross country runner. There's no course quite as prestigious and well known like Mount Sac. We got to run all those in high school, and from 2.93 mile course at Mount Sac all the way to the 5K Woodward Park course. Okay, it was a lot of fun. And in high school, obviously now, if in case those courses are somehow not known, we have the track times, and everybody knows how track times convert, so I'll go through them all. But yeah, Danny, he was 207.51, 430.18, and 958.92 in the 800, 1600, and 3200 meters. Okay? That one, you're going to see by these times why he was the athlete of the year, besides and he also got all league in track. I actually forgot to mention that too. But he was 201, 420, 201.00, 420.62, and 936.59. Okay? And if you guys are wondering why I'm doing the whole point thing, I'm an engineer. I round out, in this case, 4 sig figs after the colon. Ricky, he was a 201.80 guy, 424.25, and 937.23 in the 800, 1600, and 3200 meters, respectively. Mario, Mario was a much better endurance athlete. That's why he was really good at cross country. Track, he wasn't bad. He just wasn't as good like Bama, Ricky, and Danny. Okay, Ricky and Danny, he managed to be in cross country quite a few times. And Bama he was tied with, but in track he was not on their level. With that said, he wasn't slow. He just wasn't as fast as them. But 204.66, 441.81, and 1011.56. Then he had me. I didn't have an 800 time. I was 437.76 and 1033.38. But that was us in high school, and those were our track times and the experience we got together. And in that whole time in high school, we grew close. Some more than others. Okay, Danny, everyone was close to. But Belmont and Ricky, they were sometimes like brothers. They got annoyed with each other, low-key. And it was kind of the same boat for Mari and I. We got annoyed with each other like brothers. But at the end of the day, Mari and I were the same age, took the same classes together. So we were really close. Belmont and Ricky were really close. And Danny, we were all close to Danny. And Danny's in kind of some ways, I would argue, besides Wallow and Jesus, one of the reasons we all went to Hartnell. He really kind of paved the way for that. But yeah, that whole time in high school, we stuck together, kept in touch, made memories, and we just had a lot of fun just winning. I'm not trying to sound like I'm bragging, but we just had fun winning and going for it as a team and making memories. And there were injuries, Pamon, he rolled his ankle 4 times, might I add, during the 2019 cross-country season, his senior season. He should have been a lot faster on a lot of the courses we ran, but unfortunately, he rolled his ankle, so he wasn't able to kind of move forward from that. 2020 got taken away from Mario and I. 2020 track and field got taken away for Pamon and Ricky. I was supposed to race CCS and state in 2019, but then I got tendinitis. Mario, during senior year at track and field, it was COVID, a lot of things were happening, but he wasn't quite able to PR. That's why, though, I ended up having a faster 1600 meters than him in high school. He probably would have been faster, but COVID and all that. But regardless, despite all our winning and all our setbacks, we all stuck together. And after high school, we all then regrouped at Hartnell. And I'm going to go into, before I talk about our memories at Hartnell and what was like transitioning from Kingsley to Hartnell, I'm going to do a little segment on the factors that put us to Hartnell. So where's my clicker? Okay. So now, why did we all 5 manage to end up at Hartnell? This one's an interesting one. So I'm gonna. There's a lot of different factors. Okay, there's money. Uh, there's money. Personal reason. There's a lot, but I'm gonna. I'm gonna say there are two main reasons. Okay, finances. Okay, going straight to a 4-year was expensive. Also with COVID, especially for Bella and Ricky, going to a 4-year was not appealing right after high school. So instead, I went community college. I wanted to go because I wanted to save money, and I learned how every high school tells their high school students, hey, go right to a 4-year. Problem is, since 4 years are become overcrowded, a lot of GEs and such are weeder out classes, and I was like, I don't want to do that. So I'd rather take the general ed and at a cheaper rate and feel like I learn more with the one-on-one smaller classes and just not feel like they're trying to kick me out of the program, because that's what I learned about when I was studying about going to a 4-year or not, okay? And I could have, but I'm actually happy with the decision I made, and you're actually going to see partly why at the end of the video. But anyway, in the case of Mario, academics weren't really his thing, so this was going to be his opportunity to kind of fix him up. But also, Mario, there's many things, but he genuinely does want to be team mindset and stick with the group. So when he knew that Bema and Ricky and Danny were already there, and then talked to me about me going, and then I ended up going, that also appealed. But despite all that side note, the reason I'd say we go was the King City legacy. We had 4 previous runners from King City run at Hartnell. Edgar Bonilla, who ended up being in cross country 2-time All-Conference, 2-time All-Region, and 2-time All-American, only one of 3 to be double All-American in cross country at Hartnell. And then he was also, I believe, All-Conference, All-Region, and All-State in track and field. Wallow, who was the state champion in the 1500 meters at state for Hartnell, and he was also the NorCal and Conference champion. What's his name? Willie, Wallow, if you send this to your friend Willie, I apologize, I don't know much on him, but I do know he got to be a top cross-country runner. I believe he was all-conference and all-NorCal and a part of one of the fastest Hartnell cross-country teams, which would be Edgar's team in 2016? No, was it 2016? Yeah, I think it was 2016, where they took 4th at state. That's one of the fastest teams to run at Hartnell, to my knowledge. And then you had Jesus Avalos, who was double all-conference in cross-country, all-NorCal in cross-country, and then he was the conference and NorCal track and field 10K champion, and then 4th place All-American for the 10K at state. So so we had already a legacy established there. And then Daniel Correa was the first of our group. Keep in mind, they all ran together in high school too. Okay, they all went. But of our group, Daniel Correa was the first to go there. So the fact that he was already there made it appealing, because like, oh shoot, we know that guy. We could even run with him because, well, he's pretty cool. But since he was there, kind of, for me at least, it kind of was like, well, it's familiar. And I'm one of those, I really like things familiar. So the fact that Danny was there, like when I was a junior his freshman year at Hartnell in 2019. So when I was kind of thinking about it, I was like, well, if I go there, at least, like, at least I'll, okay, COVID kind of complicates it, because if Danny just did the 2-year route, he actually wouldn't have even been there by the time I got there. But point is, when the fact that I knew he was there, knew it was a program that worked for him, I was like, well, that's enticing. So I really did think about that. And then when Bema and Ricky went there, that made me think. Then when Mario was gonna go there, I was like, well, might as well go. And Mario actually told me, hey, Zepeda's trying to contact you. And then when I talked to Zepeda, the head cross country coach, I realized, I was like, you know what, I think Hartnell will be a good route in. No regrets about that. So I'm glad I did that. But anyway, the people there of an established King City relationship of King City to Hartnell for distance running, really, guys. But then 2, finances, guys. I can't stress that enough. And this is for any prospective high school student. Going straight to a 4-year is expensive. Going to a community college first, guys, is a lot better. You get more one-on-one. You're not being badgered to death in all your class. Like, you'll still get badgered just because, like, they'll be worried, but they're not trying to see who's actually going to stay within the program because they're overcrowded, so they're trying to figure out who's actually here to be serious and learn. You won't have to deal with that at a community college because it's just a lot smaller. And it's more one-on-one, a little more friendly. And for me personally, I work better with a smaller environment. So that was also the appeal of community college. But guys, I heavily recommend going CC first. Just make sure you know the classes that you need for transfer as well as your major, and really set that up clearly. Because if you don't, you will end up not taking the right classes, so when you transfer, you graduate in a timely rate. So you got to make sure you do all that, okay? But other than that, guys, I would say those were the 2 main factors, and there were other personal reasons for each and every one of us, but I would argue, from my point of view, those were the 2 main. But yeah, so after high school, we all managed to regroup at Hartnell as the 5 of us, the King City boys. So now let's go into what we all did at Hartnell. Oh my gosh.